Hi, I'm Rachel Lanning, and I started getting reptiles probably late 2019. The reason why I started getting them is because at the time I was looking for like a new companion, like a pet, and I couldn't really have anything like big like a dog or a cat, and reptiles had always like interested me. So I started looking around at like places around me that sold them and what kind I could get. We'll start with Yoshi. She's the leopard gecko. She's probably a year and a half. Then we have Mushu. He is the adult crested gecko. I don't know what age he is because he was a rescue and I got him like when he was an adult. Cousteau, the Pac-Man frog, is probably about 3 to 4 months old. And Zuko and Appa, the newest additions, the baby crested geckos, are probably also 3 to 4 months old. Yoshi is pretty outgoing. She's really friendly towards people. She really likes food. She'll eat like almost anything. Then Mushu is pretty much the exact opposite. He's very shy. He will only eat if it's like pitch dark. Cousteau is pretty like new, so I don't really know his personality. He pretty much just like digs a hole in the ground and like sits in it and waits for me to feed him. Appa is like very like friendly, very like chill until like she feels like I guess a little threatened because she's still not very used to me yet. I got her probably like last week. And Zuko is crazy. He just jumps all over the place and he really just wants to be like explore everything and be like out and about instead of like where like he needs to be. Yoshi is from Petco. Normally I wouldn't buy an animal from a chain store, but that was the only like store around that sold reptiles where I was living at the time. Mushu is a rescue. He was used as like a breeding reptile for his entire life. So he was kind of kept in like a little like box and like kind of bad conditions. So I just decided to buy him instead of like a new like baby gecko from that breeder. Cousteau is just from Pet Bazaar. I just picked him up because I'd been thinking about getting a frog for a while, and both Appa and Zuko were like a package deal from a breeder on Craigslist. All my crested geckos eat a variety of like Pangea gecko diet. I supplement them with multivitamins and calcium when they need it. Yoshi is a very picky eater, so I'll give her like variety sometimes, but she normally won't take it, so she's really just on crickets right now. She also gets the multivitamin and the calcium. And Cousteau is on like whatever bug I think he should like be eating that day. It's really a lot of variety, a lot of like mealworms, waxworms, crickets, things like that. All of my geckos have the ability to drop their tail. However, it's very different. Yoshi, since she's a leopard gecko, if she were to drop her tail, it would grow back. It would never look the same as her original tail, but they store fat and nutrients in their tails, so it grows back for that like extra food because they're like desert animals. And the crested geckos, they will not grow their tail back. It's a defense mechanism for like if a predator were to grab them by their tail, they could drop it and run away. It doesn't affect their health in any way. Lizards shed because as they grow bigger, the top layer of their skin will come off to allow them to keep growing, and they then eat that skin to gain all of the nutrients in that back. I spot clean the lizard cages every day, which just means like going in and picking up like whatever dirty thing I see, and then like once to twice a month, depending on how clean they've been, I will go in and I will deep clean the entire tank. For the frog, I will spot clean and deep clean once a month because frogs like pee in the substrate. All my lizards are on like paper towels instead of like dirt because it's like better for them. But the frog is on dirt, so I have to like completely take out all the dirt and clean it that way. All my reptiles do need heat. They are all cold-blooded, so they need a certain temperature range to perform bodily functions, like digesting their food. However, because I keep my apartment at a temperature range of like 70 to 75, all my crested geckos do not need like specialized heating. If I was like in a colder climate, they would. So because of that, the only reptiles that are on heat right now are Yoshi and Cousteau. They both have a heat mat because their ambient temperature is a little bit higher than 75 degrees. Some of the dangers with owning the kind of animals that I do is the ones that eat bugs can get parasites from the bugs, like what the bugs eat, and so you gotta watch out for that. Cousteau will bite when he gets bigger, and he has like razor sharp teeth, and a lot of reptiles like practice like cannibalism, so if you put like them together and they fight, they will like eat each other. It's just like things like that, like stuck shadow on like toes, and they can like fall off. I would say the biggest thing that makes owning reptiles different than other pets is how low maintenance they are. Since they don't usually need to eat every day, at least the reptiles that I have, and they don't make generally as much of a mess. However, it's like kind of a misconception that they're like not good pets, because they do still like give like affection like your average like dog or cat was. It's just not like in the same way.